What is up, guys and girls? In today's video, we have a blog post showdown. I'll be using the same prompts on Gemini AI and on ChatGPT, and I'll be writing on the same topic and we'll be assessing the output quality from both AI chat boxes. If you're unfamiliar with what Gemini is, essentially it's Bard by Google. It's been renamed, rebranded, and improved, and it's a lot better than what Bard used to be. So as I mentioned earlier, I've used the same prompts, and these are going to be my famous SEO prompts. If you want to use them, I'll leave a link for the prompts in the description below today's video. But the first thing that I did was I primed the AI for both of these chat boxes. I essentially told it how I want you to write when it comes to writing SEO optimized content. So first I primed the AI, and then what I did was I told the AI to generate an outline for the topic, how to create and monetize an online course with no following in 2024. And this was the outline that we got back from Gemini. It starts with a title and it made a description, H1, H2s, and so on. So pinpointing your profitable niche, developing a high value online course, platforms for hosting and monetizing your course, the art of pricing, tips for growth, and a conclusion. So overall, I would say that we got a pretty good outline from Gemini. And this is the outline that we got back from ChatGPT. So again, we get the title, the meta description. It kind of follows the same format. We get the introduction, understanding the basics of online course creation, identifying your niche, planning your content, strategies for building an audience from scratch, SEO optimization, pricing, pre-launch, scaling your online business, and a conclusion. So I would say we get a pretty in-depth outline from ChatGPT compared to Gemini. It's a little bit longer, and I think it just has more nuanced information when it comes to creating and monetizing an online course. But overall, I would say both of those outlines were pretty good. Not really much for you to differentiate between those two outlines. So this is the full article in which we got back. I then prompted the AI to write the full article, and this was the article in which we were able to get back. So how to create and monetize an online course, and then it kind of fills out those sections in the outline that it generated. So it talks about SEO optimization, monetizing, generating passive income, scaling, automation, and a conclusion. So in terms of a word count, it's pretty short for my likings. This article is about 800 words or 781 words. And this was the full article that we were able to get back from Gemini. So from zero to profit, how to create and monetize an online course. The idea of creating a profitable online course is undoubtedly appealing, pinpointing your profitable niche, developing a high value online course, and so on. So I really like the format of the article from Gemini. I like that it is easy to read. I like that there's a lot of list and it's very, very skimmable. But again, in terms of word count, this is 694, so it's actually even less than we got back from ChatGPT. But I would say that this is a much better basis for an article in terms of how it looks. If you were able to expand on these points, then I would say that it would be a much more complete article. I just didn't like how ChatGPT didn't include any list, any tables, or any other type of content rather than paragraph content, which makes it a little bit harder to read. So this was the expanded article that we got back from Gemini. And as you can see, it's not really that expanded. So it seems as though we're not able to get that long of content using Gemini. Obviously, we would be able to get much longer content if we told it to write each section by section, which is a strategy that I do recommend that you do. So essentially, instead of telling it to write the full article, we can tell it to write the H1s first, then the H2, and then so on. So it will spit up the writing, which will allow it to be more in-depth. So the new expanded article is about 640 words, so not that big of a difference in terms of the word count by any means. But we were able to get a much longer article from ChatGPT, and we are using GPT-4. Let's go ahead and do a quick word count again. So this is about 900 words, so we do get a little bit of a longer article from ChatGPT, but still not very long. Or you can use a playground mode. I've done a lot of tutorials on how to use a playground mode, and that will allow you to write much more high quality, in-depth, and much longer articles. So now that the articles are completed, there's a couple of things in which I would like to test. First of all, I really like the feature which allows you to double check on Google and validate that information that you generated using Gemini. So first, we're going to validate this information. Let's go ahead and understand the results. So then we can go ahead and see that which information is factually correct and which one might be incorrect. So we can scroll through our information here, and we can see here that anything that's green means that it's most likely correct. Anything that is in the brown highlight might be incorrect. So we can be confident that this information is correct. But now let's go ahead and generate a couple of different images. So I've told both ChatGPT and Gemini that I want you to create 2 to 3 images that would be relevant for this blog post. So I didn't want to give it any specific prompts. I want it to be able to take the information from the blog post and generate an image. Okay, so here are 3 images in which we got back from Gemini. Honestly, this is pretty good. There is a little bit of imperfection by the eye there. But even the second variation is really, really good. There seems to be little to no imperfection. Now let's go ahead and see how big this image will actually be, because I think this is just a preview of it. Let's go ahead and open this up. So this is not bad by any means. Honestly, this is a pretty good image. You can definitely go ahead and use this onto your blog post here. And it looks very, very human-like. Now, I'm just wondering if this is AI generated images or if this is images that Google was able to pull from its database. So I'm not entirely sure if it's AI generated. Some of it does look AI generated, some does not. So I'll have to double check that and let you guys know. Overall, I would say that these are pretty good images that we can use. So now let's go over to ChatGPT and let's take a look at the images in which it was able to create. Okay, so this is more of an infographic, which ChatGPT does a pretty good job at creating. So you can definitely go ahead and use this. You will have to probably edit the text. So you may have to pop this onto Canva and then edit the text, but this gives you a nice basis for a infographic in which we can use. And that infographic can be very, very good at getting you high quality backlinks. Here is a blog post image in which we're able to get back again from ChatGPT. And we see that ChatGPT is able to create much more, not cartoon-like images, but more vibrant images, while we're able to get more kind of real life images from Google. And again, I'm not entirely sure if this is AI generated or this is just pulled from Google's database. But overall, I do like these images a little bit better because you can see and imagine these images within a blog post. While I do like this cover, I would like to have more like photorealistic images from ChatGPT. Next up, I've asked Gemini to give me ideas on how to visualize data from this article, and it's given me some ideas of things in which we can visualize and create engaging charts or pie charts or visuals for this specific blog post. And then I went ahead and asked it to create that line graph, but as you can see, it's not able to create that line graph because it's only an AI text-based model. While on the other hand, we can create that using the code interpreter in GPT-4. To use the code interpreter to create number 1, and it will analyze that specific infographic and create it for us. So that's a big difference that we have in ChatGPT, is that we have the ability to create charts. We have the ability to use GPTs. We could also browse the live web, but we also have that included in Gemini. So as of now, I would say that there's only a couple of different things that really separates ChatGPT from Gemini, but I imagine as Gemini continues to improve, it will also have features that are not included on ChatGPT. But again, this is really, really cool that we're able to create images and we're able to create charts right into ChatGPT. And we also have the ability to combine models such as text-based models with images. So right now, I would say that ChatGPT is still a better option for you when it comes to creating articles and blog posts, especially if you want to create images and infographics. But Gemini is a really, really good alternative. As you guys saw in today's video, you are able to generate some pretty high quality blog posts, and you're also able to generate some pretty high quality images. So I recommend that you check out both of these AI chat boxes for yourselves and see which one you like better. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, let it be known by giving us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Until next time, stay well.